Now, guys, let me just ask you a few questions. Since the last seminar, has anybody here gone and implemented any of the techniques that we spoke about? Put your hands up. Okay, cool. Wow, it's all, 1/3 of the room, I'd say. Anybody got any results yet from that? No? Okay, cool. Good. Well, that's what today's for. You see, you know when we do a free seminar, right, and even when I speak on other people's stages, it's always so difficult for me to get everything into 90 minutes, and I try to give as much as possible, but there's always little gaps and little things that I can't physically show you. And this is what today, when I show you step by step how to set things up, hopefully that will fill in all of these missing pieces, and it will all make sense, and you can actually start getting some results. If you get results within these 2 days, then that will be fantastic, especially with the stuff that Ray's got at the back. So that's good to see that you've been taking action. Another quick thing that I forgot to mention that Trishan said to me, just a quick note about Christopher Howard, whose involvement with this event ceased on day 1 of the previous event, and so he won't be here. So just for any people, some people had some questions about that, about the personal development side, and just to let you know that that's not happening. We're going to cover all of the things with you anyway, and most importantly, we're going to give you everything that gets you results, guys. Yeah. So. Femi, Grant, you don't really need an internet for now, dude. Maybe we can do it after the next break. Yeah? Cool, yeah? Another thing as well, guys, we're very informal here. It's very relaxed, I hate trying to structure. I hate structures, and I hate having like a fixed structure to everything. I personally find that when I'm relaxed and I'm flowing and I can just talk to you and show you things, that's what has made me all the money that I've made in my life. And the only thing I can teach you guys is what I know up here and what I do, and hopefully if you can replicate some of that, you'll be able to get these results. So before we begin on internet marketing, guys, okay, is everybody ready to roll first, yeah? Yeah. Ready? Okay, cool. Okay, some people in the back there, okay. So before we begin with the actual internet marketing, what I want to do is I want to tell you a little bit about what happens up here for me and what makes me tick and what makes me successful every day. I just want you to know that some of the things I'm going to discuss with you now in terms of mindset, specifically mindset, I'm not a master of this, by the way, guys. Yeah, I'm still a student on the journey like many of you here today. So I don't want you to think, I'm a big guru standing up here. I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning every day, and I'm willing to learn every day. But most importantly, some of these concepts I want to cover with you, if you can actually take these on board and start implementing them, not only will it help you make more money and implement everything over these 2 days, but in your life in general will just completely transform if you can start implementing some of these specific strategies. And it's taken me many years to learn some of these things, and I don't want to give you a whole big boring spiel on personal development and having the right mindset. I just want to give you a few specific techniques that I personally use every single day that helps me be the person I am and make all the money I do, okay? So the most important thing, I'm going to start, and I'm going to use this flip chart in a minute. We don't need that screen at the moment. The most important thing, guys, I want to tell you today, and this is my very firm belief, and it's reality, is everything is in my mind. Everything in this world, everything in terms of money and everything is all mental. It's my mind, it's my thoughts, it's my emotions. And this is a principle that I started thinking about and learning about many years ago, but now I live by it completely. So when it comes to making money, I don't care if the internet crashes tomorrow, because if the internet crashes tomorrow, that's 99% of my business down the drain. But I don't care, because the key thing I've discovered is I've trained and programmed my mind in such a way that I know I'm going to make money, and I know I'm going to always have money. Now, I can tell you this is so amazingly powerful that it's just, I can't describe to you what a feeling it is inside when you know that you can literally attract money or anything you want, a person, a relationship, a house, a car, or anything, just by using your mind. Not this technique, not that technique, not YouTube or anything. And if anything you can take away from this weekend, I'll say to you, really get this concept, because this is the foundation. For me personally, 5 years ago when I first started reading a few books like Think and Grow Rich, etc., and going to a few personal development seminars, it really began my journey, on realizing how powerful the mind is. And now, to the stage where I'm at now, where I'm doing spiritual practices every day, and I'm going to recommend a few practices to you, and I'm going to tell you about a few things. And like I said, I'm not a master of this, by no means, but I've got myself to a state now where really, if I just focus on something, and I keep focusing on it, and I keep focusing on it, magically, it will appear into my life. And imagine having that skill rather than all of these other techniques, That's what's really important. And I know a lot of you people in this room are quite well versed with personal development anyway, and you guys, read books, and who here is into The Secret and manifesting to everybody, right? So I don't want to give you, I don't want to give you a whole boring spiel on it, but I just want to tell you personally what works for me and what I use every single day. Okay. Now the first thing is, and this is so important, and I'm still trying to master this, by the way, is focusing on the outcome. Okay. And this, if you want to write this down, I can tell you now, this is still something I'm trying to master every single day. So for example, if I'm about to do a product launch, and I'm going to give you real-time examples here, right? If I'm about to do a product launch, okay, there's so many different components of that product launch, right? There's a JV affiliates that I need to get, there's pages I need to set up, etc., etc. But in my mind, all I'm thinking about constantly, every time I think of that product launch, is the end outcome, the success, and the amount of money in my account. Constantly. I'm not thinking about anything else. Now you think about it. If I tell you guys, go and set up this campaign on YouTube, 100 million things are going to run through your mind. Oh, okay, how do I do this? Am I doing this right? What niche to pick, etc., etc. But if you can literally train yourself to block all of that out, okay, block all of that out and just think of the outcome that you want, okay? If the outcome you want is for this video to get 1,000 views a day and to make you $100 a day in your ClickBank account, and you just constantly focus on that, focus on that, focus on that, focus on that, to the point where you're just believing it, you know? Nothing else is in your mind. And anytime something else comes into your mind, like, oh, this is a bit difficult, or this is a bit tricky, yeah, work through it. But in your mind, you just, like a kid, you have to train yourself to just constantly think of the end outcome. I cannot tell you how powerful this is. Like, forget all of this personal development crap. Just this is the only thing you need. If you can constantly just focus on the outcome, seriously, if you can just constantly focus on the outcome, constantly with anything in life, whether it's a relationship, a new house. Let's say you want a new house, but you don't have the money for a new house. So all of these thoughts are going to run through your head. How do I get the money? How do I afford the mortgage? Etc., etc. Block all of that out. Literally stop right now. Block all of that out. Think of the new house and the end outcome. You're in that house, you're walking around, you're enjoying yourself, the feelings that you're feeling while you're in that house, and just constantly think of that. Constantly. Anytime you think of that new house, you just want to think of the end outcome. Guys, that is so powerful. Seriously, I live my whole life like this, right? So when I want something, all I'm thinking about is the end outcome. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I do slip up sometimes, and my mind runs into all of these different thoughts and troubles, and how am I going to do this, how am I going to do that? But as soon as I'm conscious of that, and I remember, okay, what am I doing? I just need to think of the end outcome. I feel a complete shift in my energy, and magically, the more you train yourself like that, I can give you living testimony that it works. And it works like, you know, like nothing else. So that's the first thing I want to tell you guys. Just constantly focus on the end outcome of whatever it is that you want to achieve, whether that's this weekend or in life in general. Now, the other thing that makes that powerful, focusing on the end outcome, is supercharging that with some energy, okay? And I hope this stuff is interesting to you guys, because this weekend is really not about, I can't brag to you about something I don't know, guys, okay? I make millions and millions of dollars every single year online, and this is how I do it. And if you want to, if you was my friend, like Ray is my friend, and you sit down and you come to my house like he does all the time, and he says, Saj, how do you do all of this stuff? This is what I'm telling him. I'm not telling him, really, go and set up this campaign or that campaign. I'm seeing it and I'm saying, bro, do this, do this, do this. And this is exactly how I would speak to my friends. So this weekend is just about me giving you what's in here, and then you taking what works for you, okay? So that's the first thing I do whenever I want to achieve something, is constantly focus on the outcome. Don't even think of anything else. Completely block it out. And it does require some training, because, you know, your brain is like a computer. Your mind is the software of that computer. And you need to reprogram that thing, okay? Because it's been programmed with all of this conditioning and all of this crap since we were kids. And I don't want to go into the details of that, because that's boring. All you need to do is focus on the outcome. That's about 10 years of personal development in one sentence, seriously. Forget all the crap. That's all you need to do, yeah? I'm all about results, guys, and fast track, yeah? So I'm just going to tell you, look, this is what you need to do, yeah? Forget everything else. Just focus on the outcome, and trust me, you'll see amazing results. So that's number one. Now, number two is energy. Everything is energy, okay? And like I said, I'm not a master of this, okay? I'm not a master. I'm still a student. I'm learning this. But what I realize is when I'm focusing on an outcome, for example, let's say I wanted a new house, by the way, yeah? And I literally just got my new house the other day. When I was thinking of that, I'm visualizing it, okay? I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. I'm picturing it. I'm feeling the feelings of myself when I'm in that house. That's probably one of the most important steps. If you just constantly think of something like a robot, but in your heart you don't believe it's real for you, and you don't feel it, it's not going to happen. So that's the second component. You think of something in your mind, and two, you feel it as if it's real right now. Okay, this is the secret of how to manifest things, and like I said, this is probably one of many ways, but it's what works for me and what I know works for many other people. So for example, if I was to say to you, you guys all want to be top affiliate marketers, you want to make £10,000 a month, let's say, to start off with, right? So if you start seeing, first of all, that £10,000 in your PayPal balance, for example, I'm just giving you a live example. This is how I started, by the way. 5 years ago, just to let you guys know, I had a PayPal screenshot, and on Photoshop, I put $1 million in that PayPal screenshot. And I think you've seen vision boards and all of that stuff, right? I don't really like those things, yeah? But I did print that out, and I looked at it, and then I left it for a couple of months, and then when I was moving house or whatever, I pulled it back out, and by then I had learned a bit more about the power of feelings. And then I thought, okay, you know what? Now I'm looking at this, I'm going to feel as if it's in my account right now. So if you visualize your PayPal account, for example, and you see that money in there, the next thing you want to do is you want to feel that you've got that money right now. How would you feel if you had £1 million in your PayPal account right now? Pretty good. So you want to feel that right now. You want to feel that like it's real right now, like nothing else exists. You're a kid. I've got this money right now. The more you can hold on to that feeling, and if you try it right now, if everybody in this room tries now, imagine you've got £1 million in your bank account right now. How would you sit? How would you feel? How would you talk to other people? How would you sit up? How would you breathe? All of that stuff. That's exactly how you need to act right now. Yeah, act like that right now, and the more you can, what you'll see is you might do it here, but in a little while your mind will drift off again, right? So this is what you need to reprogram, okay? Because the more you can condition yourself to be in that way, the quicker you're gonna. I've attracted, you know, my girlfriend, right? She's not here today. She was a complete wreck when I met her, right? She's a lovely girl, but when I met her, her head was in a million different directions. She wasn't into none of these things, right? So I just basically, she's a very humble, innocent person. So everything because she looks up to me in a good way, you know, she follows what I tell her to do. She has completely transformed herself, just one person I know personally in my life, just by using a few of these techniques, yeah? And I'm telling you, it's just so powerful. So feelings and focusing on the outcome, okay? 2 things, I'm going to cut it down. Focusing on the outcome, feeling the feeling as if it's real right now. Okay. The third thing, which just makes all of this sort of light up and go on fire, is using energy. Okay, and this is the last thing I'm going to mention before we go into the actual techniques, because that's all we really need to know. Everything is energy, and I don't want to get too deep on you guys once again, but just so you know that if you look at quantum physics, or if you study quantum physics or the actual reality of nature, behind atoms and all of that stuff, and I don't even understand all that crap, I don't need to. All I need to understand is it's all energy, okay? It's all energy, and the more you can tap into that energy, and channel it within yourself, the more powerful you become as a person, and the more quicker you can manifest whatever life you want to create. So a couple of ways to create energy in yourself. One, I do meditation every single day, twice a day. Meditation for me is the most powerful way to tap into that energy source. I do transcendental meditation, if anybody wants to note that down. If you used to say to me, Saj, what's the best thing in your life right now? It's not all of this money. It's my 2 20-minute practices that I do a day of transcendental meditation. You can go into Google, you can type that in. That is so powerful, you know. It's a practice that takes 4 days to learn. It costs about £200, I think, to go through the course, which is a 1-week-long course. They teach you all over the country. You've got qualified teachers all over the country. And you go for like 4 or 5 days for an hour a day, and they teach you this very simple technique. But this technique takes you straight deep into your source, okay? I'm not going to get too deep into that, by the way, but you use your mind, use a special technique to go straight into your source. And the more you connect with that every day, I do it twice a day, the more you're open to this huge flow of energy, or this source of energy that then you can manipulate and channel towards your goals and your visions. And because all of you guys have put your hand up when I said who's into this stuff, I'm just explaining it like you already know some of these concepts. Yeah. So transcendental meditation, if you want to know what I do personally, that's what I do. The other thing you can do is breathing exercises. You know, deep breathing, hard breathing is another one. And this is just to energize yourself, guys. So I just wanted to give you that in the beginning, because I don't really care about making money in this technique or that technique. This is what I use to make my life what it is, and I just wanted to share that with you, yeah? So I hope you guys take note and use that. What I want to do now is, before we get into the techniques, we've got a lot of techniques that we're going to get into, and the whole day is literally going to be packed like that. Before I do that, I want to give you a few foundational elements in terms of internet marketing and what you're going to be learning this weekend, right? So we're going to use this flip chart. Can people at the back see this, by the way? You can see it, yeah? Sean, maybe you can give me a timer, because I might be going a bit over or whatever, yeah? So I don't know if you can see that, you don't really need to, but it says arbitrage, okay? Anybody heard of this word before? Yeah. So basically, anything you're going to be doing online is literally arbitrage, okay? And I'm going to explain to you what this is. Maybe you want to make some notes of this as well, and some of the diagrams I'm going to draw. To be honest, arbitrage in a nutshell, if you're on the internet, you can just Wikipedia or whatever. Arbitrage in a nutshell is basically you're buying something at this price and you're selling something at this price, okay? And the whole of the internet and all of these concepts we're going to discuss with you falls into arbitrage, okay? Whether you're doing pay-per-click, whether you're doing SEO, whether you're doing YouTube, Facebook, etc. At the end of the day, all you're doing is you're taking traffic at one cost, and then you're either selling a product or you're selling an affiliate product at a higher cost so you make more money, okay? So this is what you need to understand. If you understand this right now, this concept of arbitrage, then this is all you really need to know in all of your campaigns that you do, in all of your affiliate campaigns, and all of your product launches, whatever you do, just understand that it's all arbitrage, okay? You're paying for something here and you're selling it over here at a higher price, okay? I've got a little note sheet here. I'm just going to bring that up. Okay. So if you've been to my seminar before, you would have seen me draw this diagram. Traffic, product. So at the end of the day, guys, this is where you're arbitraging, okay? You're going to be getting traffic over here, and you're going to be doing this over this weekend, by the way, yeah? You're going to be getting traffic over here at a certain price, and you can get traffic from many different sources. You've got pay-per-click, and my diagrams are terrible, by the way, but who cares? You've got SEO, you've got YouTube, Facebook, whatever. All of these different sources of buying traffic, okay? And this all costs a certain amount to buy. If you're using YouTube, it's free traffic. If you're doing SEO, it's free traffic. But then what we're doing is we're funneling that traffic to a product, okay? And this product is going to be either an affiliate product or it's going to be your product. So getting traffic, funneling it to a product at a higher cost, and this is where you make your money. Now, the real art of getting good at this and making a lot of money is being able to basically convert this traffic, okay? Is this all making sense, by the way, guys? I'm just covering this very quickly for people who are quite new, so you get the foundational concepts. See, now most people, they understand this, right? They understand I need to buy traffic, or I need to get traffic, and I need to send it to a product. That's pretty straightforward. But people don't succeed. Like when I said put your hand up, how many people did it? You all did it. How many people made money? The hands went down. The reason they don't succeed is because of this element over here. It's how to convert that traffic, okay? People think it's usually a simple case of going to whatever, like YouTube, and putting up a video and then putting a link for an affiliate offer. And although that does work, okay, and we're going to show you how that works, what people don't understand is once I've got this traffic, how do I convert it to a buyer or to onto my list, somebody who subscribes to my list? And the key here, which is really important to understand, is that these are real people, okay? And I can't stress to you how important this is. It took me years to get this. I was building my list for about 2 or 3 years before. And when somebody asked me, Saj, what are you doing? I said, oh, my list is 20K now. My list is 30K now. My list is 50K now. My list is 50K. I've got 50,000 leads. Not I've got 50,000 human beings on my list. Okay, I've got 50,000 worth of a list. And this concept, when I got this concept and it clicked, and it did take me many years to get this, right? When it clicked, my income just went from here all the way over here. Because I thought to myself, what the hell? I've got 50,000 real life people who have looked at my page or who have looked at my product. They've bought that product. These people have a mindset. These people have certain behaviors and certain emotions. And these are real people on my list. When I got that, my whole income, like I said, just shot through the roof, because now I started to focus, who is my customer? Who is my target customer? Who is my avatar? And Shaq's going to speak to you about that. Anybody here been to any of Eben Pagan's courses or seen? Okay, one of you guys. Eben Pagan really talks about this quite a lot. It's called your customer avatar. And this is what I want all of you guys to do here today. And Shaq's going to talk about this in a lot more in-depth detail. Is create your perfect customer avatar, okay? Give him a name. Who is your customer, okay? Think of it right now. What market do you want to get into? If it's make money online, is it weight loss? Is it yoga? Is it Pilates? Whatever, right? Whatever niche that you want to get into and start making money, who is your customer avatar? Who is this person? Who is this person that's going to click on your website? Who's going to read your website? Who's going to fill in your squeeze page? Who's going to buy that product, okay? What do they look like? What's their name? How old are they? Okay, what do they do? What kind of things are they interested in? What kind of websites do they surf? I'm telling you guys, right, this information, when it clicked with me, my income went from here all the way over there, because I was able to tailor make my campaigns, my messages, my emails that I sent to these people completely custom to the avatar. So start doing this here. Shaq's jumping at the back because he knows this is the real secret, guys, right? Create your customer avatar right now. If you need to note down what is the name of your niche. If it's weight loss, okay, who is your ideal customer? Maybe they're predominantly female, I can tell you that now. This is called demographic research. I'm going to cover this with you as well. How old are they? Okay, if they had a name, what was the, use your intuition here, right, guys? Use your gut feeling. Don't think too much and try to overcomplicate it. What would their name be? What kind of websites do they serve? What do they do on a day-to-day basis? This is just for your information. Once you get this, you're going to make a lot more money. Now, when it comes to converting traffic, this is the real art of making big money on the internet, is being able to do this, right? Now, most people, there's two ways to Eben Pagan, EBEN PAGAN, PAGAN, and his course is called Get Altitude. He's got many courses. I don't know which one he talks about this one, but he's got many courses. But he's got, just type his name into Google and you'll see it, right? Does everybody understand this concept, yeah? It's quite straightforward. Do you know, this most people, right? I spoke to one of these guys here the other day, I can't remember who it was, but he was at the seminar on the first day and he set up a YouTube video and he got like 500 views or something, and he got a lot of views straight away. He picked a good niche, and he basically, I don't know who it is, they'll have to tell me, he got 1,000 clicks on his link. Right? He set an affiliate link like we showed you very quickly, and he got 1,000 clicks on that link, but he didn't get any sales. And he's saying to me, Saj, why didn't I get any sales? I'm like, how did you tailor make your campaign? Did you think about who is the viewer of this video? What kind of link did you put in front of them? What kind of writing did you use? Okay, once you understand your customer avatar, when we talk about things like copywriting, when we talk about things like selecting the right offer and how to link it together, you can customize that and cut that a lot finer so you make money. So this is why this is so important. Now, when you're driving traffic, there's always two ways to do it, guys, okay? Number one is called direct linking. So direct linking would be, say we've got Facebook over here, we've got YouTube over here, and let's say we've got whatever, PPC, Google AdWords or something over here. So this is our traffic section, right? So direct linking would be from here, sending the person straight to the product, okay? And this could be your product or an affiliate product. Always remember this, yeah? So if I'm doing direct linking, let me just type it in here. I don't even know if you guys can see this, but it doesn't really matter as long as you can understand it. YouTube, Facebook, PPC, okay? If I'm doing direct linking, then all I'm going to do is I'm going to send a person straight from here, straight to the product, okay? Now, yes, this works, and it can work very well, and we're going to show you how to do it properly, but this will have a certain conversion rate. When you're direct linking, you might get, let's say, a conversion rate of, I don't know, just pick any number, let's say 5%, yeah? So 5% of the traffic that you buy over here, when you direct link to the right offer, as long as this is targeted, yeah? If this is a weight loss traffic, you don't want to send them to a make money product necessarily, you want to send them to a weight loss product. So as long as you're direct linking to targeted traffic to a targeted product, you'll get a certain conversion rate, okay? The other thing you can do is pre-sell your customer, okay? I'm going to talk about this today as well. So now you've got the same traffic, I'm just going to put ditto over here. But now, rather than send them straight to the product, you're selling them to a pre-sale page or a ready-made website, which we're going to help you all set up today as well, and then go straight to the